Salute, salute, salute to God, the Most High, the Creator of everything. Y'all know how the intro go, so I'm gonna just hit y'all with the one time. You know what I'm saying? And we got to give God his two salutes. We got to get right into this, brother. I gotta admit, you found a gold mine in this one. So it's only right that I give brother in the cut who's not at the cut. You know what I'm saying? He's up front at the cut. He found this story, y'all, and I couldn't get away from it because I had never heard nothing like it, brother.
I'm just trying to see what's going on with these HOAs.
L-
Lady in Hillsborough County was arrested for having brown grass, dents in her garage that you can't, just invisible from the streets.
And dirt on her mailbox.
Oh, yeah, and mold on her mailbox from a tree standing in her yard. Since when do you go to jail for brown grass? Mind you, there was a strict water irrigation restriction.
Right.
But when does civil become criminal?
And when you're under those type of water restrictions and you can't water your lawn, plus her lawn was not the only lawn that looked that way.
And wasn't the worst.
They wanted her to resod her entire lawn when it was pieces of her lawn. Now, let's get into this. Brother, I thank you for this one. I thank you for this one. All right. And this hits home, man. This is local. This is the Bay Area. We right here by the Skyway. Let's roll.
For years now, the I-Team has investigated a lot of complaints involving HOAs and how they use their power, but we've never seen anything quite like this.
Yeah, so the woman in the mugshot right here wanted us to tell you her story, and she wanted us to show you her mugshot. She was arrested and spent a week in jail for what started out as an HOA complaint over her lawn.
Feel humiliated about the whole thing, like I gotta kind of got my head down because this is so embarrassing.
Well, tonight, investigative reporter Adam Walser there revealing how she wound up behind bars and caught up with the HOA's attorney to ask about his involvement.
This is what they were showing in court, like pictures of the brown grass.
Yep.
The grass isn't always green in Irina Green's yard, thanks to a big tree that you can see in this drone video. And a drought that led the county to impose watering restrictions last year didn't help.
Looks like you got some pieces of sod here.
Green says her yard is far from the worst in Riverview's Creekview subdivision.
If you drive around my neighborhood, you'll see there's plenty of yards that are not up to par.
But so far, she's the only homeowner to actually go to jail for failing to keep her yard up to her HOA standards. It all started with notices from the HOA's management company.
And it went from the grass being brown to, there's a dent in my garage.
Dents too small to see from the road.
That was a part of my court case.
Green was also cited for having a dirty mailbox covered in mildew due to shade and moisture from that same tree.
I would assume you could probably clean that whole mailbox in a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
And for having a cargo van similar to other ones we observed in the neighborhood. The HOA filed a lawsuit against Green in Hillsborough County Court, demanding she correct the violations. She represented herself, preparing handwritten explanations that the HOA and judge rejected. Green appeared at the hearing last July in which the judge gave her an ultimatum.
My grass had to be brung up to par. He said, you can get seeds, you can do something, but you got 30 days to get it corrected. I said, fine. And he said, and if it's not done in 30 days, you're going to go to jail.
Irene says she spent the next month correcting the violations.
I sold my van to comply. My mailbox was clean. I bought seeds and watered my grass.
But she missed her next court date.
I was supposed to receive documentation. Nothing was sent to my home. And I reached out to the courthouse several times to try to find out when was my court date.
The judge signed an order holding Green in contempt of court and issued a warrant for her arrest at the HOA attorney's request.
It is pretty extreme. It certainly is, yeah.
We asked Stetson law professor Paul Boudreau what he makes of this case.
I think it's pretty rare in a civil case for someone to have a contempt order.
Green was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy in late May after picking up her 15-year-old daughter from cheerleading practice.
When I got out, he said, Ms. Green, do you know that you have a warrant for your arrest?
She was taken to the Orient Road Jail.
If they got you handcuffed behind your back?
Yes, I'm treated like a criminal.
At the jail, she got more bad news.
There was no bond, so I couldn't even go home to my family. I sat in there for 7 days. 7 days in the jailhouse, like a criminal.
To be incarcerated without bond is certainly an extreme measure and is pretty rare.
Now, there's a mugshot of you right now.
Yep.
How did that make you feel, just to be put in those orange clothes?
It makes me feel horrible. Like I work hard. I work hard to buy this home, for me and my kids in a better neighborhood and environment. And to be taken to jail and to be treated like that for brown grass at my own home, It's horrible.
David Lair is a Palm Beach attorney who represents homeowners in cases against HOAs. His law partner wrote the best-selling book, Bad HOA.
You have an HOA who was quick to go after her and to use the full force that they're entitled to.
Have you ever heard of it getting to this point where someone actually goes to jail?
I have not seen that. To be clear, the association does not have the power to put you in jail. Certain other events intervened. Certainly, the judge had the right to do it. I think perhaps there could be more lenient remedies.
Green's sister-in-law, who is a paralegal, filed a petition 6 days after she was incarcerated, requesting an emergency hearing.
And I went to court, and I had to be shackled from my hands to my feet.
And you're there in civil county court, right?
Yeah.
You're the only one wearing orange, right?
Yeah, the only one.
Green's relatives sent pictures of the yard and other evidence to the judge, a different one than the judge who issued the arrest warrant. Green says an attorney for the HOA opposed her release.
He says, well, it hasn't been resodded. The whole yard needs to be resodded. And she's like, not from those pictures that I see. She's like, no, I want her released immediately.
So you were going to sit in jail while they resodded your yard?
Yeah, he wanted me to continue to sit in jail and not come home to my family.
Green was released on the judge's order. I'm Adam. I'm with ABC Action News. We caught up with Creekview HOA attorney Francis Frigia, the one who asked for the arrest warrant outside his office. Do you think that was kind of harsh to have her spend 5 days or 7 days, I believe, in jail?
I have no comment, but I'll email you on that.
He emailed us a statement saying in part, quote, Ms. Green received notices of violations. She disregarded them. Ms. Green failed to show up in court on August 19th. Her failure to abide by the court's instruction led to the arrest warrant being issued. We called and left a business card at the Creekview HOA president's home. And we called and emailed the HOA's property management company, which issued the violations. We didn't hear back from either. Legal experts say there are lessons to be learned.
Sometimes they act in a petty manner, but if they decide that you need to do something, you need to follow the rules. And when a judge tells you to do something, you have to do it.
I think that they have way too much power. I mean, I never heard of anything like this in my life.
I'm team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Matt McGlashan, taking action for you.
Wild.
That there does not happen. Civil has no criminal jurisdiction.
I'm actually at a loss of words here, man. And that's a rare occasion for
even
somebody.
the lawyer said she's the only person sitting in jail behind a civil matter.
I'm gonna just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. And this ain't something that I enjoy doing, but I have a channel and I'm gonna use my platform. You know what I mean? Bro, this was somebody who was mad that somebody of her race lived in that community.
It had to be.
Come on, they show other cargo vans.
Worse yards.
This sister sold hers, but the other cargo vans that they actually showed pictures of from other neighbors were still there. Other yards had brown grass. You know what I mean? Like, somebody didn't want... Did you see that attorney? He should be investigated. The attorney for HOA, he should be investigated. That dude is racist, man.
And he did not have the power to have that woman arrested. So... therefore, he had to know the judge or something.
And then wanted to keep her in custody, away from her children over brown grass, mold on a mailbox, and 3 small ping dents that you would see in a car door.
And not one of those offenses were criminal.
Exactly.
Not one offense was criminal.
They actually, when they said no bond, bro, in my mind, it's like they already had her on some type of probation, like that's some kind of VOP or something. No bond? For something, no bond? When you have people who commit first degree unalivings, and at least they get the $1 million bond. This sister got no bond
for brown grass. Patches of brown grass.
And a cargo van and mildew on a mailbox. Oh boy, I'm willing to bet they are probably the only black family in that housing community. I am willing to bet that area isn't happy that they're able to afford. When I say they, I'm talking about the brother and sister, the family, the black family.
Either that or something going on with the HOA president.
No, they're not happy that those black people are, that they're there. White people believe, racist white people, let me clarify. Racist, you know what I'm saying, white soldiers believe that, race soldiers believe that we bring down property value, you know, or we bring drama, you know, or traffic and stuff like that. So they automatically judge us and profile us due to that stereotype. Someone, the majority, the population, the majority was mad that someone of their race, A, could afford there to live there like them, and they were mad that they were living there amongst them.
I like to say it's a good thing that young lady had a husband, because she could have lost her kids behind that. And so much could have failed behind that. And that was just a total unfair situation.
Most civil suits follow criminal cases. O.J. seems to come to mind. They couldn't incarcerate O.J. criminally, so they went after him civilly, which means that there's always restitution or compensation or something like that you're going to owe someone. Please explain to me, A, she said she was the only one there in civil, and she was shackled from head to toe like a criminal? They got someone locked up over something civil, sharing a housing unit with real criminals, bro.
Bro, she shouldn't have been in jail. Civil is not criminal. That's two different things. If she'd have disrespected the judge, she could have got held in contempt. But that's a civil case. There was nothing criminal about none of those actions. Nothing criminal.
They say she missed a court date. I can see contempt of court there. Okay, and I'm not justifying this because this is a complete injustice. All right, what this sister went through, she should have never had to go through. What the husband went through, what the kids went through, this is inhumane. But let's just entertain this for a minute legally. We know that contempt of court does lead to an arrest warrant. All right. But I had no clue that missing a court date for something civil could lead to an arrest warrant, because you know how many times I've skipped court for something civil? You know what I mean? Do you know how many times I just decided, like, screw up and, bro, I didn't even show it to my divorce. Why am I going to show it to argue over I'm no longer with? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, there was nothing criminal about that case. That was pure hatred.
That was racially engineered, man.
That was pure hatred.
I'm with you on that. They're not happy she's there. They're trying to make that whole family uncomfortable.
And she's going to continue to have those similar incidents.
And did you notice that when she petitioned to go back in front of the judge, they gave her a different judge? It's like they figured something out too, but they're just not telling her. So if I was this sister, I'd definitely file a civil suit.
I would
definitely follow up with a civil suit.
I would sue them and the H.O.A.
And that's almost criminal in a way too. That's profiling. That's racial profiling. That's discrimination.
I would file a civil suit against them, and I would sue the H.O.A. Because if she doesn't take action, they're going to continue to harass her. They're going to continue.
They said that they were under a watering restriction, which proves why other yards, including hers, were somewhat brown in certain areas. He knew this. When I say this, he, the H.O.A. attorney, you actually pushed for this woman to stay in jail with no bond?
But the point is, they're saying the attorney. What entity behind the H.O.A. pursued these charges? Because it had the H.O.A. president or one of the members of the H.O.A. to go to this woman's house and cite these violations. Who cited the violations? That's where the problem came in at.
I think H.O.A.-wise, just speaking of their regulations and their policies, this was what H.O.A. is there for. The height of the mailbox, stuff like that. But I can see them knocking on her door and giving her violations.
Somebody on the HOA is pushing this. The HOA attorney is not walking out there citing these violations. He's getting it from somebody.
The neighborhood. They don't look like them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say it in a discreet way here.
The president, the HOA president should have been on camera. Everybody from the HOA is hiding. They leaving the attorney out there to take the fall for it. Somebody brought these charges against that lady. That attorney did. They just contacted the attorney to take the case.
I mean, I can see. I can see, like, because when you violate HOA, the board can vote you out as an owner and stuff like that. They can auction off your, like, there's process that they can
vote you out, but you can rent your property.
You can't.
That's good. Been in houses all my life.
When I say
your
you
presence,
can't, okay.
Your presence can't be there.
When I say
but you can rent it out.
When I say you can't, let me walk this back. When I say you can't, I mean if it's being condemned or if you was forced out due to like uninhabitable living conditions, like the inside is molded, nasty. There's no flooring. Yeah. It's, you know what I'm saying. Then they can force you out. But you know what I'm saying. You. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it's a total different ball game.
It's a whole different ball game.
But those violations there, she's done nothing.
Absolutely nothing, bro. You know what I saw? You know what she did wrong? I don't even want to say she did wrong. Let me walk that back too. You know what she did to tick them off? She put her nice black family in an HOA gated community with other human beings who felt like they wanted to be protected from the hood as well. Just because you black don't mean you resonate with the hood. This sister is being penalized because she wanted a better life for her children.
Because look at it, we're in Florida. I bet you right now if we take a survey and everybody watching this video get in their car and ride to an HOA community and they'll see houses in worse condition than that one was. All over Florida.
I tell you
it's
what.
Summertime.
I tell you what, we live close. Why don't we plan a trip right here? We already got the name. You know what I mean? We were just in Largo not too long ago. I mean, we can ride through and check this out if we're able to get through. It is HOA. I mean, if it's not
we can go through the neighborhood, it's not gated.
Okay, as long as it's not gated, we can ride through. You know.
Take pictures.
I think it's foul. I think I am gonna take that ride, but it's foul that they show other cargo vans owned by other neighbors backed up in their driveways, but your cargo van you had to sell?
They showed yards worse than hers.
A cargo van, a minivan could be considered a cargo van? A van, bro? Transportation? When we just saw other people in that same neighborhood with cargo van.
With the exact same shape and form of cargo van.
That's what I'm saying. That bothers me, bro. That's racially engineered. That's saying you can't have what we have. You can't live where we live. We don't want you here. You're not welcome. This pissed me off. Pissed me off. Good, fine, but this one pissed me off, bro.
I'm trying to tell you. I had to bring it to your attention when I saw it.
Shouldn't have to go through this. Shouldn't have to go. Kudos, you know what I'm saying, to that family. Kudos to that strong father. Kudos to that strong mother. I'm sorry she went through what she went through. You know what I mean? But she will be rewarded. She will be rewarded. Yeah. Everybody's running with their tails tucked between their legs now. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they need to follow this up and apply pressure. The same way HOA applied pressure to them and to her, apply that pressure. Start you a gift of gifts and go. Start you a GoFundMe. Let the black community help you with your defense as well. Go get your money, sister. They owe you something, man. That's foul, man.
And that's why I brought it to your attention. Light needs to be shed on that.
That's foul.
Because right is right and right don't wrong nobody.
That's foul, man. I don't even think I can speak on this no more, bro. This was definitely racially engineered right here, man. This is like some of the stories. I don't know how much time I have left, but I'm going to speed this up. This is like reading the story of what happened with Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf and seeing the difference in the demographics. You know, it's 90-some% white and maybe 7%. What do you think it is right here in this HOA community? They could very well be the only ones. It may be two. May be two. Maybe two. You know, this is foul, man. We can't live where so y'all want us in the hood. Y'all want us around the guns. I can't say. Y'all want us around firearms being dislodged and, you know, lives being lost. And
I mean, we can't work hard and get a better life.
That sister say she worked hard to get that house. She worked hard to make sure that
her family is in a better community.
Right, man. What's wrong with that? Ain't that the American dream? We're not entitled to that, and we're the very ones who built America.
I only got one word for the whole situation, and that's foul.
It is. We were here when everyone else got here, man. Some of us. Man, listen, I don't want to get too deep on this, man. Man, y'all get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one with your higher power, man. God, we got to keep praying, people. We got to keep praying, man. Man, y'all stay prayed us, stay blessed us, stay meditated us, stay protected, stay real, stay conscious, stay uncut, be inspired, be great, be you. And to this sister, continue to be strong, continue to lead by example, man. Continue. We will back you. We see you, sister. You did nothing wrong. This was only because you're black. Any last words?
Chin up, chest out, sister.
Chin up, chest out. We back you, sister. We see you. You did nothing wrong. Ashe.